everyone, it's Robin, Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian, in my studio in Los Angeles, California. It's been almost a month since I videotaped anything, but you know, it's been crazy, the holidays and everything, and my husband got sick, and I just am super way behind, and I'm working on stuff for my Secret Spooky Society, and I realized something, and this is probably something you can relate to. You might have something in mind that you want to make, and you're inspired by other people and what they're making, but then you go to make your thing and you don't have the right materials, or you feel like you're copying, so you don't want to do any of that. So I know that I've been on this craze of making folios. I love them. I think they're so fun and interactive. I'm not sure if they're all that useful, but they're certainly fun. So I just started playing, and I thought I should videotape this because I think it'd be fun for you to just craft along with me. And basically we're using scraps. So this is what we started with last time, this fun collage, using all of My Porch Prints. I haven't done anything with it. I'm going to be making it into a cover for a journal. And what do I have here? This is something else I had kind of started, like a folio. With just envelopes. So I don't know if I had done this on camera or not, but this is all the stuff that I had cut out from My Porch Prints. The blue, the Shabby Blue, and there'll be a link down below. But my thing is that most of you know who follow me that I love red lead paperworks, and they had a sale probably about a month ago, and I bought this beautiful stamp. I'm not really into the unmounted stamps, but I love these dolls, and so I bought her, and I bought some other ones, and then they sent me some goodies because they're so sweet, some different rubber stamps. But I was playing around with her, and they usually have names for the paper dolls, but I'm not sure what this one is. And so I was stamping her on the craft cardstock, and then just some random paper that I had, and I just colored her with some colored pencils. I tend to like the more craft looking ones, and these ones I didn't stamp so well, and so I was like, well, what can I do with them to play with them? Because I was taking my scraps, and I was just, we have so many scraps. I was distressing them, and then I just quickly, this is the key for me anyway, I quickly just randomly put stuff on there and sewed things down. And these were just scraps that were just hanging around, and I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool, I like these. I stamped this image. This is from Mountainside Crafts, and I love this stamp. Red Lead has one, I believe, called Vintage Treasures, which I also love. So I just made these very quickly, and then I was looking at her. I'm like, well, it'd be kind of fun to put a skirt on her. And I took this and I went like this, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So I was going to just use this maybe for part of a junk journal, but now I'm going to just cut it, and I think it'd be fun to use as a skirt for her. Maybe tear this down here. Cut this a little bit more. And her skirt kind of goes down low. I just glue that down. I might trim it up a little bit more. But for me, this is the way I have to create. I can't have a set thing and just do it. It takes me too long. So I have to, and maybe this is the way that you feel too, I have to, look at this. This is an old tag from something. I just like the way it looked on the back because it has that old glue on it. I'm probably going to stamp something on that. Isn't that silly, the things that we save? I have to just create, and then things start happening. And I just thought I would start filming this because I told you I was going to make more videos again, and I'm kind of crazy busy. Because I'm teaching in-person classes again. It takes a lot of time to make the samples, to make them good enough for that people want to actually take the class. So I'm kind of freaking out, and I just needed to work on stuff. This is how I get things done, is by doing things I shouldn't be doing. So I'm just gonna kind of just start collaging things on here. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Most of my family lives in San Diego, so we always have to drive down there. After about 30 years, over 30 years of doing that, I'm over it. I think it'd be so fun to go to Europe or something for the holidays. And then I was looking through some things that I've done in the past. Like, I had got on this kick where I was making journals from old envelopes and just some pieces of canvas. And because I took a class with Tony Burt, and she had these amazing projects that she did. I think I have one more here. I have a few of them that I did. I forgot I had them. You know how you kind of just do stuff and then you forget? So they're basically canvas that you collage on, and then you draw an image, and you can make a book. You put your papers in there. I think hers were more for like watercolor. And I found in this envelope here some pieces of paper. So silly. I can't believe I saved so much stuff. All of these little scraps here. So that's what I was like, well, I'm just going to do a collage with them. They were inside of this envelope. If you get a chance, you might want to look at her classes. I love her artwork. It's very, it's like very sketchy looking. Not sketchy bad, but sketchy, you know, with pencil. And so let's see how we can kind of develop this outfit. Maybe I'm going to stamp another one on some cardstock and maybe use some collage. And who knows, this might go in that book, the blue one. It might go in a project I'm doing for one of my classes, either online or in person. By the way, one of my in-person classes is open for registration in Costa Mesa. How about I do it on here? Costa Mesa, California. It's April 23rd, I believe, and it's my junk journal class. I haven't taught it for about 6 years, at least in person, and it'll be fun, you know, to take a class in person again, right? So this is what I'm using, my favorite ink, which is the Archival Black, Jet Black. I think I need to re-ink it, though. It's kind of getting dry. I use it so much. It's the best, though. I think, anyway. The cool thing about these unmounted stamps is they come on this really thick kind of acetate, I guess it is. So they stick to the acetate. Of course, you can use those stamp positioners, but I don't like those. They drive me kind of crazy. Cute. Okay, so let's put some clothing on her. Maybe we'll do a little collage. And this is just going to be a real quick video. It's nothing, you know, monumental. Just something to maybe start you the new year with. Something to play with. And even if you don't think you're going to be using these things right away, I think what it does is it jump starts your creativity and kind of focuses that part of your brain that is creative, right? I've been working on making digitals available in my Etsy store as well, because now that I'm teaching again in person, I like using digitals in my journals. But if I'm going to teach, I can't use them because they would be part of a kit. So I've really been exploring for the last, I don't know, maybe year or two on how to use to make my own digitals. So that might be something I'll be offering in the future. I'm going to use some tissue, some pattern paper, just a little piece of pattern paper, and I'm just going to glue that down. I'm trying not to overthink it. That's the whole reason to do this. Kind of squish it down, and then I'm going to take a button, which I love using. I love using the buttons with a bit of thread in them, and just kind of squish it down there. And I have all these little tiny pieces I'll probably use, but we'll see. I just love the way it looks artsy, and like it was done quickly, but it still looks good, I think. I have this rubber stamp. I'm just gonna stamp the edge, and then you can use this in your junk journal as a flip, or you can use it as a pocket. How cute that is. And you could keep it like that. I might just keep it like that. Yeah, I think I will. And so you could use this flap as an opening, and then cut this here. In fact, I think I will, as a pocket to tuck things in. This is from Stamping Up, and pretty sure you can't get it anymore. It's really old, FYI. I did find the red lead vintage treasures. These are available right now as of this video. Super cool. And then let's go ahead and just do a quick collage on the back of this, because now this is open like that. Take that off. And I close this end up here. Might as well just use this. So this will go like that on maybe the top of a journal. Maybe it'll go on the journal that I'm making for the blue. We'll see. Who knows? Just use these little scraps that I kind of like when things aren't completely glued down too sometimes. Not all the time, but... This is a scrap I was using when I cut out the doll. And maybe I'll use some of these. They're the distress crayons. I love these colors. They're kind of a muted, almost primary color palette. Some water here. I did a little bit on her skirt. This is the iced spruce. This is some, I don't even know if this is going to stick, but this is, I'm going to wait till this dries. Some parchment paper that I use when I dye paper, like regular paper, and I set it on there to dry. And I love the fact that it can be used for collage and it's see-through. So I'm going to sew these together and I'll be right back. Okay, I think this is a hot mess. I don't like it. So I had collaged this earlier. Very simple. Again, stray pieces of paper. I just glued them and then I distressed this one before I glued it down. And I like this one much better here. Just never know. Like I said, it's about the process. And however you get to it is how you get to it. So at least you worked on something and you can make lots of these little things until you have enough to add them to a journal. And let's see, I think I will put some tissue there. Is that the one I was going to use? I think I was going to use this one. A lot of times I take a lot of online painting classes because I love to paint. And every single painter starts out with a hot mess and they just keep laying down layer on layer on layer until they like the results. And that's kind of how I kind of approach my journals and my paper crafting and the projects that I work on for my membership. And because honestly it just can be so stifling. So let me know down in the comments if you feel the same way sometimes, where you can't even move because you don't even know where to start. It's like a blank canvas. And I'm really like I said, going to be keeping my promise as much as I possibly can to bring some kind of content to YouTube at least once or twice a month. And look at how cute that is. So this will be a flip pocket here for the next journal. And I'm just going to distress it a little bit. Very simple. This is a coin envelope that I had coffee dyed for some other project, and yeah, isn't that cute? And then, like I said, this was just colored with colored pencils. She was colored with colored pencils. I just glued her to the back of a cracker box, and these were so much fun and so quick. I encourage you to take your scraps, distress them, and then you can either sew them or glue them down. Don't think about it too much. Just do it. And if you don't like it, then cover it up. Who cares? Who's going to see it, right? It's all about the process. And same for this one here. And these will be so much fun to add to the journal that I'll be making. Who knows when it's going to be done, but all right, you guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you in the next video, and don't forget to check out the class that I have for April 28th at Peacemakers in Costa Mesa.